The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Fournette. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Brady's going to sneak it. And able to follow his center and pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady gets through, and now an opening. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. Touchdown. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
11.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And connects quickly to Jamar Chase. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. A handoff to Fournette. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7. But they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 7, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, from 21 yards away. And the Bucs have moved out in front. Extra point put through by Succop. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they've got it run across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now Burrow on first down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Touchdown Bengals! T. Higgins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before half for Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. To the right side and complete to Hurst. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, it's Burrow. This is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. This is caught by Evans.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36.
Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards.